Hey everybody, welcome back to Habitat Kitchen. I'm Andrew Beauchamp, and today we made some delicious sour cherry jam. Quick shout out to my cousin Susan for letting me harvest off her tree. Thank you very much. This recipe called for 3 pounds of sour cherries, about 2.5 pounds once they're all pitted. But the first thing you want to do with your cherries once you have them is wash them. Wash them and just pat them dry, and then you're going to want to de-seed them. 2 ways that I found are pretty darn easy to do this. One is with a straw to poke through the top where the stem would have been and push the cherry pit out through the bottom of the cherry. It almost does it itself. It is very easy. Or you can use a paring knife, cut a slit from one half of the cherry down to the bottom, and just reach in with your finger and pop out the seed. Once all your cherries are done, throw all your pitted cherries into your pot and add the juice from 1 lemon. You're going to cook your cherries down until all their juices come out and the fruit breaks down. It takes about 20 minutes. Once all the fruit is broken down, then you're going to add 2 cups of sugar. And you're going to be wanting to keep an eye on your jam, so don't leave it, because if it burns, you can't come back from it. Once you've added your sugar, you're going to want to stir constantly until your jam passes a gel test. And that is one of 2 things. So you can either do the plate test, which is you keeping a plate in your freezer and then taking it out whenever your jam has thickened up a little bit. Scoop it onto your plate, and if you can run your finger through it or a spoon through it, don't put your finger in hot jam, and it doesn't rush back together, then you know your jam is ready. Or you can do the way which I did, which is just using a candy thermometer until it read 220 Fahrenheit or about 104 Celsius. Once it hits that temperature, you can then jar your jam. Then you can do one of 2 things with it. You can either let it cool in your mason jar. Once it's cold, put a lid on it, keep it in your fridge for about a month, or use your better judgment. Or you can do what I did, which was actually can the jam so I can keep it inside my dry pantry instead of keeping it in my fridge. Now, canning is a very simple process. Now, no matter what you're doing, you're always going to want a super sanitary area. Before, and this goes for even if you're not canning, I always suggest sanitizing your jars. So that means washing them and then putting them in the jars in boiling water for about a minute, just for it to kill anything that could be there. And then I let them dry on a clean tea towel. So whenever you're canning, it's really simple. Load up your jars with your jam, fill to about 1/8 of an inch from the top, and then you're going to want to take your lid. An important part with the lid of a mason jar. Now, I'm sure you probably have the ones like I do, which come in 2 parts. But this is the main part that I want to talk to you about, because this has a gummy layer around the edge. Now you want to heat this up right before you put the lid on. So I'll put these into the hot water for about a minute as well. Take them out, get all the water off the sides, because you don't want any water right here, because that could mess up your seal. Put it onto your jars and then screw on the top. Now you're not going to put it on really tight, you're just going to want to do finger tight, which is very simple. It's whenever you have your hand like this, just kind of spin it, and if you can't push any more while doing this, then that's good. That's as tight as it needs to be. So once you have the lids on, put them into your boiling water for about 10 minutes. Now you want the water level to be about 1 inch above your jars, and you don't want any part of your jar sticking out of the water. After 10 minutes, take the jars out of the water. I place them just on a tea towel and I leave them for 24 hours. I make sure not to touch them, because if you start touching and playing around with them while they're still hot, while the seal is still kind of sealing, you could end up creating a false seal or messing up your seal, and that's not very fun. Kind of know that you did everything right. After you take them out of the water, give it, 5 to a few hours later, you should hear your mason jars give a pop. It's so cool whenever you kind of take all your jars out and you start hearing them pop and you know that you were successful with canning. After 24 hours, I have my jam jar, And to know if we have a good seal on this lid, I'm going to pick it up by nothing but the lid. Without the cap screw. And even though all the weight is holding this, that's how strong the seal is. So I am still pretty darn new to canning. I canned for the first time last year, and I canned 2 things. I made another jam, and I also did some relish. Now both worked out very well for me, and I actually still have some jam from last year in the cupboard that we're still using. But, like I said, I am new. If you see anything that I can improve on, please let me know in the comment section down below, because I always love learning new things and learning what I can improve on, so please do so. But what I'm really excited for is to try this jam with you guys. I'm going to I got some vegan ice cream here, which I'm just going to put in my bowl. There we go. Oh, it smells so good. And look at that. I'm not sure if you guys can see the color from all the way over there, but I'm gonna put some in my bowl here. I'm gonna try the jam just on its own, and then we're gonna try with the ice cream. Oh, that's so good. Now, you get that beautiful cherry flavor. It's sweet because there's a lot of sugar, but it's also tart. During the cooking process, it didn't lose any of its sourness. I love sweet and tart. And now let's try it with some of this ice cream. Get some good amount of jam on there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That is delicious. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. This is so friggin' good, guys. And the best part about it right now, even though it's ice cream, it's all vegan. Thank you guys for watching. I had a great time making preserves. One of my favorite things to do is actually making jams and preserving them. I don't know what it is. There's just something so relaxing about making homemade jam. Now don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Until next time, guys. Just got a big bite here. Stay hungry. Bye.